Greetings, ghouls. On today's debut episode, we travel back to November 3rd, 1924 to explore the aftermath of some Halloween hijinks. In honor of our first episode, we're keeping it local. Only thing I'll say is, kids will do the darndest things.
Hi, everybody. My name is Kendra.
And I'm Blake.
And this is
Ghosts of the Gazette.
This is a podcast where old news brings on new life. I was going to say breath, but life.
So simple, so elegant.
Thank you.
We're trying out different
slogans.
So maybe next week we'll have a different one.
Maybe. I don't know.
Our episodes basically cover and bounce around different years in history throughout cities all over the world.
All over.
Each episode dives into newspaper articles and stories that we have researched.
Yep.
And
individually. I don't know yours. You don't know mine.
Exactly.
It's a big old secret. We're having a hard time keeping it.
You don't understand how fun it is and how hard it is to keep a secret, especially with each other.
Yeah. All of our episodes are reported the day of the podcast that came out. Just a different year. We're in a different time period, which is going to be a lot of fun.
So this episode comes out on November 3rd, 2024.
5.
Oh, oh no.
What year is it?
What year is it? All of our stories have to do with stories that we found on November 3rd, 1924.
Reported in 1924. And our first episode, we are in Toronto, which is our hometown. Represent.
We were kind of shocked that something like a podcast like this doesn't really exist.
No, nothing consistent.
Because it's something that we do with each other all the time. And I feel like everyone kind of does this. They send each other like crazy stories and stuff, but you specifically work as a researcher.
Yes, I do a lot of story research. And within my research, I go through a lot of old newspaper archives and I find all these cool, interesting stories of things that even just happen in our backyard. And it's so fun because you can go on rabbit holes and you'll find so much interesting stuff.
And all of these stories that we find, they're reported on the day, and then we will do follow-ups.
We'll do more research. We'll find out where everything goes.
Yeah.
Who did what later on.
We're digging into these stories.
Did they die?
So we can bring you guys fun, interesting stories from the day, whatever. However many years
exactly.
ago. Yeah.
Yeah. It's a lot of fun. I'm very excited. And I'm also already excited for episode 2. But
episode 2 is going to be a banger. Straight up.
We're going to have a lot of fun episode 2. But this one is good. It was just a little different because we had to find something from the hometown. But now that we'll be reaching out for episode 2 to different
I feel like we're sort of underselling
Toronto.
These stories that we found. These are. I mean, at least the story that I found is a pretty wild story.
Yeah, I mean, they're wild.
They're crazy.
They're gonna be wild.
Okay.
Anyways,
without any further ado, you should continue listening. Don't skip ahead.
We haven't lost you yet.
Do you want to get us started?
Sure, I'll get us started. Okay, so our first story takes us to Halloween night. Spooky.
Ooh.
Play spooky music. Thank you. We are at Streetsville, which is, fun fact, a neighborhood in Mississauga.
Okay.
It was a bit more of a big deal back then. It was kind of like its own like neighborhood happening place.
People at Streetsville.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. Okay. Like hoity-toity.
Yeah.
Streetsville.
People said they didn't say they're from Mississauga. They said, "Oh, I'm from Streetsville." So
if you said you're from Mississauga, they'd be like, "Well, what part of Mississauga?" And then if you said Streetsville, they might know that you're not messing around. If you're from Streetsville, which is something we don't live very far from where Streetsville was geographically.
Probably.
If you identify as being from Streetsville, a Streetsvillian, a Streets villain.
Streets villain. I like that.
That's kind of fun.
That's kind of fun.
A Streets villain. We're going to have a couple. I think you're going to probably have a couple Streets villains in the story.
I can't wait.
Who knows?
I can't wait. All right. Well, let's get to it. So we are, again, November 3rd, 1924 is reported. that a bunch of hooligans were out and about trying to do their old trick-or-treating, but a little emphasis on the tricks.
Oh, a couple of tricksters, couple of Streetsville and tricksters.
Yeah, so at the scene, Halloween night. A group of young men are bored, and they're like, what can we do tonight? It's a little extra fun.
What do guys even get up to
I have
when
no
they're
idea.
bored?
Well,
I don't
back
know.
then, they would walk to the nearest coal yard.
Sorry. Your friendly neighborhood coal yard.
Yeah. It was a thing. I don't know.
Okay, yeah.
What else would you do?
We needed coal.
1924.
Yeah.
So they...
Hey, Joey. Me and the other guys are going to go to the coal yard. Gonna
Basically.
go sit on some coal.
But he wasn't just talking to Joey. He was talking to 40 other guys. So
Jeez.
yeah, a lot of them were just...
40 other guys.
Oh, for some fun. 40 young men.
Okay.
Okay.
Sorry, but like... I know. 40's a lot of people.
40's a lot of friends.
I don't have 40
I
friends.
don't even know 40 people. I don't
Makes
know.
me nervous
Me
thinking
too.
I can't name 40 people.
Yeah, me neither. So anyways, they go to the local coal company and they steal 2 wagons.
Okay.
They're just going to drag them around. But they have to be big wagons because these wagons, they fit
40
people.
people.
Guys on
Like
top.
you look, I almost was thinking
It's a
like,
lot.
I was almost thinking like Little House on the Prairie, tiny little
No.
Ingalls family wagons, but you're
No.
saying there's 40 people per
There's
wagon.
40
And
people on
that
this
seems
wagon.
like more of
Maybe
like a dump truck.
2020. Actually, I don't know. It could be 2020, but I was picturing 40
30,
guys.
10 even?
Maybe. I don't know the ratio. Okay. Anyways, yeah, these parade float of wagons that they stole, they decided to just drag them around. They're dragging them down side streets, around corners. They decided to drag it all the way a quarter mile down to Queen Street. So as a bit of a Halloween
I know where
prank.
that is.
Yeah, don't we all? How many Queen Streets are in Toronto?
Yeah, quite
Or
a
in the
few.
world.
I wonder where the Streetsville Queen Street
Yeah,
is.
I don't know. I guess we'll have to go. They get up to Queen Street
Mm-hmm.
and they push the wagons out. They're hopping around. They're having a jolly old time. But it's 1924 out in the streets. It's dark. They don't have as much light as we do.
It's dark.
It's dark.
We're at
Dark times.
coal companies. It's dark.
Yeah.
None of these LED
Yeah.
lights.
So, anyways, the boys jumping around. One of the wagons gets pushed a little too far into the road. And doesn't a car come crashing into the side?
Oh.
I know. I'm
40
smiling. should be
men. I know you're
It's not
smiling,
funny.
but like 40 guys
40
on
guys
a wagon.
just going.
That's a trick gone too far.
I know. Anyways, this car comes crashing into the side of it. It's driven by a man by the name of Charles Harkis of Arundel, which is another small neighborhood of Mississauga.
I have
which
heard
I
of
think
Arundel.
people have heard of that one.
Yes.
Because there's Arundel Park.
Yeah.
You know, there's fun things there. So Charles Harkis was driving the car. As it crashes into the wagon, the boys are sent flying into the air, which, of course. And the wagon is shattered into a million pieces.
Is it quoted as saying a million
It
pieces?
says, quote unquote, a million pieces.
Wow.
I don't know if they counted the pieces, but like,
Well, like, I mean,
Maybe
if
it's
they
like a
didn't have much
guesstimate.
else, they didn't have much else
I
going
guess
on
so.
back then. They were going to the coal company for entertainment.
I
Maybe
guess
they're
so.
like, well,
Let's count these
the editor was like, yeah, this is a pretty good story, but I think the people got to know how many pieces this wagon was in.
yeah, it was about a million. So he gets out of his car. He's quite dazed. He's confused, as you would be. He then heads back to the scene to see where he can help out, see if anyone's hurt.
Good guy.
Good guy, this Charles guy. Anyways,
Well,
I'll go on.
Okay. Whoa.
Well, I was just gonna say he's a bit of an excuse maker, but it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. All right.
he sees-
Little tease for later.
sees-
Interesting.
He sees the group of men huddled around one individual in particular,
Mm-hmm.
and this kid's leg is bleeding pretty badly. This is 23-year-old Robert Waddell from Streetsville, a well-respected young man in the area. It was not known in the chaos whether the car hit him and maybe a spoke of the wheel kind of went through his leg, or if part of the wagon went through his leg.
They didn't know logistically what happened.
But
he
his
is
leg
bleeding.
is bleeding bad. We do know, which is kind of a crazy side note, that the car had driven right over one of the boys, but did not hurt him. It was uninjured.
Okay.
Didn't hurt him. He just kind of like tumbled, I think.
All right, so
but he was bragging a little bit, is what I'm getting from it.
So
is that he was
here's what I'm thinking, but you just telling me this.
okay.
He sees his friend bleeding out, and he's like, "How can I make this about me,
Guys, it went over me.
guys, I know you're not going to believe this, but I got hit by that wagon too. I'm perfectly fine, but I did get hit by that wagon.
That's what it kind of sounded
the
like.
The trauma alone might be more than what he's going through right now. The trauma of being run over by that wagon.
I don't know if I'll recover.
I don't know if I'll be able to look at a wagon again. I'm going to be perfectly honest, you guys.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. Yeah, he should buy a lottery ticket, this kid.
Yeah, super lucky.
Super lucky.
If it happened.
I know. Who knows? It was dark. You could say anything. You can make up any story.
In the dark.
Yeah.
You can make up any story in the dark.
So true. Personnel arrived on the scene, including a man named Constable Hammond. Mm-hmm. He picked up and carried Waddell all the way to Dr. Bowie's office.
Dr. Bowie.
Dr. Bowie, which is funny because our daughter's name is Bowie.
Our daughter's name is Bowie.
Yeah,
she's the best. She's sleeping right now.
Yes, I hope she doesn't wake up. We'll see. Anyways, yeah, he carried him all the way there. So I don't know if this guy is like Superman. He's got the strength of a god. I don't know, but
do we know how far?
I have no idea, but
could have been like across the street.
Maybe it was just across the street, but still, I mean,
could have been like there's that Andrew Garfield movie called Hacksaw Ridge, where Andrew Garfield was this medic, and he would take people and he would run through a war field with them. That's what I picture this guy as. That's what I picture as well. Yeah, good guy.
He's a beast. Thanks, Constable. Waddell received medical care there at Dr. Bowie's office, but did get released to return home shortly that evening. Things were looking up at first, but as soon as he settled home, it quickly took a turn.
Oh, no.
After a night of delirium, his fever was probably quite high.
Yeah.
He was rushed to Toronto Western Hospital the next morning. They found that he had a bad case of advanced gangrene on his leg.
Super advanced. This happened like last night.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know. So it like really quickly went for the worst. If you don't know, because I didn't really know what gangrene was, it happens when blood flow to an area of tissue is cut off and it causes tissue to die. Oh. Basically, his leg turned like a greenish black color.
Nice.
And it said it can even turn like a purple brown, and
sounds like it can turn lots of different colors.
Pink and purple and
green or black or brown or purple or pink or blue.
Violet.
Violet perhaps. But serious, this is serious.
Yeah, it is pretty sad.
Yeah.
Although treatment was underway at the hospital, it was unfortunately too late for Waddell, and he passed away on November 2nd, 1924.
This was a good guy in the community, right?
Yeah.
Like you said before, he was like an upstanding kind of young man.
Well,
that's tough.
He previously immigrated with his family to Toronto 4 years prior to the accident. He was born in Lanarkshire, Scotland.
Lanarkshire.
He was a Scottish man.
Robert Waddell.
Well, I can't. I'm so bad at accents. It's ridiculous. He was eldest of 7 children. Which was 6. No, sorry. Yeah, 6 boys and 1 girl. I think his parents were just waiting for the girl because I think the girl was the youngest.
That's what it sounds like. It's like, all right, one more. Maybe we'll get our sweet girl.
He was a well-known, well-loved young man. He was a hard worker being employed at the brickyards there in town. Because what else do you do?
Yep, coal, brick.
1924. Yep. I'm not sure. He was laid to rest the following Tuesday morning, where over 200 mourners came to send him off. Just like, does everyone know, like, have like 40 close friends back in the day? Like, I don't know.
Think of it like all 40 of those friends brought a couple people themselves.
I guess their whole family. I don't know.
Wow.
Yeah.
200 people is a lot.
And it was interesting because the way he was laid to rest was very vividly described in the newspaper. They said it was, quote unquote, by light of torches and beneath an absolutely starless sky. It was also said that the torches and automobile headlights made a circle of illumination by which the officiating minister read the service.
Wow, it sounds beautiful. 5
verses of Near My God to Thee was sung as he was laid to rest in Streetsville Public Cemetery, where his parents, as well as a couple of his siblings, and what also looks like one of his infant nephews was also buried next to him.
That's what they would do.
Which his infant nephew was also named after him, which is kind of cute.
Oh.
They later joined his resting place. It was then reported that the driver, Mr. Harkis, was arrested and charged with willful negligence while driving a car, as he was negligent in quote unquote, not sounding his horn and applying his brakes in the accident.
That's an interesting one. That's
a little bit.
Which I guess because someone did die.
Yeah,
so
totally.
You do want to figure out, like someone should be punished because even though it was like it was Halloween night, lots of tricks, lots of treats.
Quite an accident.
Like he was charged because it sounds like he just basically didn't slam on the brakes.
I guess
didn't lay on his horn.
Well, okay, so Constable Hammond, the beast of the man who carried him off, strong boy. He stated that the car had only one headlight burning. The driver had given no warning of his approach, and although there was plenty of room apparently for him to pass between the wagon and the curb, he had shown, quote unquote, no sign of an effort to turn his car's wheel.
Famously, when you're in an accident, people panic and they just kind of freeze up.
And also these cars, I'm sure, like they probably didn't have the best
amazing handling.
Brake.
Like
I don't know.
It's
stopping.
We're not making excuses for him.
No,
but
no.
It does kind of seem like he was. It seems to me like it was an accident.
Yeah, it seems like an accident.
Yeah,
a wagon went into a street. A car comes into the street.
Yeah,
it just happens.
That one guy got run over.
The one guy just tumbled.
We must not forget that one guy that got run over.
I wish I knew his name.
He wishes that you knew his name too.
Yeah, that's true. So Harkis himself told the court that he had not seen the boys until he was, quote unquote, right on top of them, and that he was traveling at a reasonable rate of speed, and that his one headlight had only gone out earlier that evening, which is a classic excuse that I've definitely used before. He also made the excuse that a separate parked car with headlights on had blinded and confused him, which is also another good excuse, I guess. A total of 12 witnesses were examined, and he was found guilty.
Oh, 12. Wow. So this was like busy downtown street kind of thing.
Yeah, okay. I guess so. One of the witnesses said that this parked car that he was talking about was way too far away from him to have blinded him. So it was excuses all around, but it was an accident as well.
We know? So he was charged with this. Does it say if he went to jail, or does it say if it was a fine?
It didn't say.
Yeah. A lot of I found that a lot of these stories, they'll just be like, so and so was charged.
That's it.
And then it's like, okay,
so jail.
So I'm just supposed to know. Hello, if you're 100 years in the future reading this, how am I supposed to know how many days in jail someone gets for a crime?
I don't know. And then, anyways, so that is the story how young Robert Waddell's young life came to a tragic end.
That is a very interesting story.
It is, and it teaches us a good lesson, kids. Do not play in traffic. Do not steal wagons. Do not steal wagons and push them into traffic.
Lots of lessons to learn,
etc., etc.
Okay, so we'll make sure our daughter, she's growing up, will be like, don't steal wagons, don't push them into traffic, don't get hit by cars.
Yeah, and if you do, just tumble underneath, unscathed.
Tumble underneath unscathed, and then brag about it. And then brag about it.
Perfect.
And make it about you.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a wild story.
Crazy.
So, I'm glad we've come to this part of the evening.
Okay.
Where I get to tell you my story.
I can't wait to hear your story.
The thing about November 3rd is that it's very close to Halloween.
Also a Halloween
So my
night?
story also takes place
Cute.
on Halloween night, but it was reported on November 3rd.
Okay.
So it takes place in a small town called Odessa, about 12 kilometers outside of Kingston.
Oh, I love Kingston.
Kingston is located between Toronto and Ottawa, and fun fact, is the home to Ontario's oldest and longest running public market.
Oh, that's fun fact.
Yep. Operating since 1801.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Pre-Canada being called Canada sort of thing.
Okay.
So our story takes place in Odessa.
Yeah.
And it is centered around Percy Clark, son of an auctioneer, 15 years old. He dresses up with his friends for Halloween and heads out to do some trick-or-treating. Sound familiar?
Classic.
Age old. I do want to say son of an auctioneer. Very interesting. Dad must have been a fast talker.
Do you think he's also a fast talker?
Percy definitely could have. Maybe it's an inherited genetic trait.
I think it would be.
So Percy's just talking really fast. He's talking really, really fast, and he's got a one. And I got a one with my friends over here, and I'm going to go to trick-or-treating and two trick-or-treats.
Did you say what he dressed up as?
Yeah, he dressed up in quotes, masquerade attire.
Ooh,
yeah,
okay.
So a little mask
Slick.
Action. Okay, Percy Clark, son
All
of an
right,
auctioneer.
Percy.
I got one cool.
Sounds like a cool kid.
One cool costume. I got two. Good.
Oh
two.
my
Sorry,
gosh.
I'll stop that. So his friends and himself find themselves in a random person's backyard because they're kind of hopping fences. They're going around the neighborhood.
Kids, man.
Kids.
Be safe. Be safe out there.
I mean,
stop.
Hey, kids aren't going to stop tricking on Halloween. But they find themselves in someone's backyard, and that someone does not take kindly to it. Enter 36-year-old Urban Snyder.
Urban.
Pretty cool name.
That is a cool name.
Urban Snyder. Seeing kids, he saw some kids in his backyard and he decides that the best way to respond to a potential Halloween prank is to pull out his gun. Okay? Pretty
As
normal.
you do. Of course.
What are those kids doing here? I'm going to pull out my gun. Going to pull out my revolver. A natural conclusion.
Yeah. They're a threat. You got to get them out.
And he fires the gun.
Oh,
he shoots it. Percy, son of an auctioneer.
Yeah.
Is hit as one shot rings out and a bullet enters through the front of his body, going through his lung and lodging in his back.
Ah, poor kid.
Yeah, he is picked up and rushed to a nearby doctor where first aid was given until an ambulance was able to pick him up and take him to Kingston General Hospital.
How long do you think that takes?
I don't really know. I did do a little bit of digging on like what an ambulance kind of was back in the day. It was basically just like a paddy wagon type thing.
Yeah.
Like almost like what we see as like a hearse nowadays,
Yeah.
which is kind of a little bit morbid.
A little bit.
But they operated privately, I'm pretty sure. So it was kind of like you would call the ambulance. So when you just call like a 911 and they'd send an ambulance, you would have to call a service that has an ambulance.
Right.
To take you to the hospital.
Huh. Okay.
But yeah, they're very cute little petite cars with a little red cross on the side. I found a couple of photos.
Oh, that was cute.
But surgeons at the hospital were successful in extracting the bullet, but Percy remained in serious condition with some heavy doubt shadowing a potential recovery.
Does the kid die?
I'll get that. I'll get to there.
I need to know.
Snyder was described as a well-known man in the community. Funny how those always come up in our stories.
I know, right? Well-known.
Who was
well-respected.
They described him also as unmarried.
Couldn't get a woman.
36 years old. What are you doing with
yourself?
your
Come on, Urban.
And he was a general storekeeper in Odessa, as well as a member of 3 fraternal orders. These are like Freemasons or...
Do you think he was a Freemason?
I couldn't really find anything about it, but this story doesn't quite... it's got a little bit of intrigue. Maybe I'll get to it.
Yeah, is that going to come up later?
It could.
Okay.
Snyder was immediately arrested and taken to county jail in Napanee, Ontario.
Okay.
And was charged with shooting with intent to do bodily harm. Sounds pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
It's kind of what he was documented of doing.
Yeah, makes sense.
His bail had been refused until they knew more about whether Percy would or would not recover from his injuries.
Yeah.
Which makes sense.
Yeah, because you want him to talk,
Does the punishment fit the crime?
Yeah.
You want Percy to be able to testify to what actually happened because those are presumably the only people that really know.
Yeah, totally.
So the shooting caused a big stir in town. Of course, everyone held their breath and awaited on updates on Percy, son of an auctioneer. I looked it up, and the population of Odessa was hard to find. It was like maybe like few hundred people.
Oh,
so like small town.
Yeah, I guess so. I've never heard of it.
So easy to keep track. Of people.
Okay, that's good.
And I did a bit more digging, and it was reported later on November 5th that Percy Clark, son of an auctioneer, was officially on a road to a rapid recovery.
Yay, go Percy!
Probably almost as fast as a recovery as his father is able to speak.
Oh my gosh.
There was no intention to release Snyder, though, until the boy was in a better shape to give his side of the story in court.
Yes.
So on December 2nd, it was reported that Snyder would face trial on the charge of shooting Clark and that the trial would be held on the afternoon of Tuesday, December 9th.
Okay.
Justice is pretty speedy.
Wow, fast. Yeah.
Charged on the 2nd.
That's like a month.
Charged on the 2nd.
That's insane.
Yeah, charged on the 2nd, and then trial's going to be a week later.
Wow. That's insane.
Enter Dr. Edward Ryan. We have a new character.
Okay.
From Rockwood Asylum Hospital.
Oh, cool.
We had a couple asylums back in Ontario back in the day.
Yeah, I've noticed that in my online travels as well.
Fun fact about me: I went to Humber College, and Humber College was the South Campus was once Ontario's like oldest.
That's right. I forgot
asylum.
about that.
Pretty
Haunted.
fun, pretty creepy. They do have haunted tours and stuff like that.
We should do that.
I'm pretty sure.
That
we
sounds
should.
fun.
Enter Dr. Edward Ryan.
Okay.
He had examined Snyder while he was being held at the jail and was expected to testify that Snyder was actually not accountable for his actions and was unfit to stand trial. So this guy was like, hold up. Urban Snyder is a little bit unhinged. He wanted him committed to the hospital for treatment. Now, I've seen a couple of movies, and sometimes a doctor is just kind of like, no, I want to experiment on him. So maybe that could have been that, but maybe not. Maybe it didn't.
What movies are we watching?
I mean, some scary movies. I don't know. Some spooky little movies. Halloween time. No, I want to experiment on him. I want to see what is...
lobotomy.
A lobotomies. Yes, I can zap his brain. Go zappy zap. But instead he wanted him committed to the hospital for treatment.
Okay.
But he didn't have enough to prove this. It was kind of like, trust me, bro.
Ugh, that sucks.
So the trial went ahead anyway.
Yes.
So, which kind of does suck for Urban Snyder as well. Like if he's not all there, then
he needs help.
Then he needs help.
Yeah. Give this man some help.
And so, but they were like, nah, we think he meant to do this.
Okay.
So December 9th came. And the courtroom in Napanee was overflowing for the trial. It was like
it seems like
a
not much is
crazy
happening,
sensation. Think of it.
Other than
Odessa,
this.
200 people. Like someone gets shot and it's the son of the auctioneer.
What else are you
Everybody
gonna do
knows
on
the
a
auctioneers.
random
There are so
December
many
9th?
auctions going on.
You're ridiculous.
Work began in the courtroom to select a jury.
Okay.
And this is where it's really interesting. This was wild to find out. They started to select a jury and noticed that Snyder was making what appeared to be signals to each juryman as they were called upon.
So he was cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Or he was like trying to communicate, trying to be like,
maybe it has
with
to
his
do
fraternal order.
Oh, maybe.
I don't want to be conspiratorial, but this guy definitely
because
was.
Freemasons had their own like signals. They had their own.
I'm just asking
symbols.
questions. I don't know. I'm raising these things.
All right,
People can
that's
look
just
into it.
interesting.
It's just an interesting little coincidence.
Okay. Maybe he was part of a gang or something. I don't know.
The judge clocked this.
Yeah.
And he didn't like it. He's like, I don't like this.
He shut that down.
Get this. On the stand, Urban says that he had shot the revolver in the air from his back step.
Oh, okay.
But that he hadn't seen anyone in the vicinity.
Oh, okay. So little Percy shot himself?
Maybe little Percy is actually giant Percy.
What is happening?
And Urban Snyder was just like, I was just
flying
shooting in
through
the
the
air.
sky?
And like, I don't know. Maybe he was up there.
He's son of an auctioneer, not son of a
The
pilot.
deliberation, the paper didn't really give too many more details on what the defense said, what the prosecution said. Like newspapers don't really do that.
Yeah,
they're about the news.
They want to stick straight to the
facts.
good stuff.
So in a shocking twist, after deliberating only 3 hours, the jury found Snyder not guilty of shooting Percy Clark.
Not guilty.
Yeah.
When they literally took a bullet out of this
They took a bullet
back.
out of his back. It went right through him.
He said he shot it in the air.
I shot a bullet in the air, and somehow that bullet, it's like the
Ended up in the
JFK. It's
kid.
like, you know what? This was years before the
so
magic bullet.
the jury was on his side. He was definitely making these like crazy hand signals.
But this is also years before the magic bullet theory of the JFK assassination, where
it goes
and then goes right through someone's head.
That's crazy.
So maybe it's a magic bullet.
Not guilty.
Yeah, it's crazy because it did feel open and shut.
Okay.
In January of the following year, Percy filed a lawsuit against Urban Snyder. This is what the part of the show where we kind of keep digging and searching up these people's names to see if stuff comes up again.
Yeah.
He filed a lawsuit against Urban Snyder for the shooting damages done in the amount of $5,000, which is about 90,000 Canadian today.
Go off, Percy.
And that's kind of where the trail of this story runs cold. You see a lot of times in these newspapers, you see these lawsuits. There's always lists of like, this person sued this person, this person sued this person. Too. You don't necessarily see like the result of it, or maybe that is the result. But Yeah, that's kind of where the trail of this story runs cold. But
Okay.
Urban Snyder's name comes up a few different times in a few different newspapers.
Okay.
Very distinct name.
What's he doing? What's he up to?
This time in another shooting case.
You can't stop it.
The Toronto Star reports on June 12th, in 1930, that Urban Snyder was found mentally unfit to stand in a different trial.
Okay, so he was.
There was something. It was tough.
He was off. He was off. Okay.
They state that he was charged yet again with shooting with intent to do bodily harm.
Good job.
He shot. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
He shot a 65-year-old man named William Gordon in Odessa.
He sounds like a nice man.
Just because he was 65 years old.
Yeah.
Okay. Shout out to all the 65-year-olds out there. I'm sure you're
all
all
nice.
really nice.
I'm sure they are.
A man of many ventures, I've noticed. Snyder now had a cattle farm in addition to the general store just inside Odessa. William
So he was
Gordon,
a little crazy, but he was definitely
a
successful.
businessman, and you need to be. And what I've always said, you need to be a little
Do you think
crazy.
he's married by now or no?
Let me check. I don't think so. No. But I've always said you need to be a little crazy to get where you're gonna go in business.
Wow.
I've always said that, right? And this Snyder kid,
Too true.
man, he understands it.
Deep.
According to reports, Gordon was going about his work, loading a bale of hay,
Okay.
when, without any warning, without saying a word, Snyder pulled out his gun.
Oh.
Again.
Yeah. Let me guess. He just like up in the air, right?
The first bullet actually hit Gordon's neck.
Oh my goodness.
And then two more shots are fired after from Snyder's gun. But Gordon was able to like duck and cover and kind of roll. Pretty spry for a
What a
65-year-old.
cool guy. Yeah.
Pretty good.
So,
So, but he started bleeding and he thought he was critically hit. He was shot in the neck. And so he rushed himself to the closest doctor's office, where he found that the bullet only grazed his neck.
okay, good.
How fortunate
That's
are
crazy.
you? And how
So he's
Urban
got, like-
Snyder's aim is something that needs to be studied. I aimed in the sky. I shot a kid in the neck. I aimed at this guy's back. I grazed his neck and missed
He hits
him.
but not well.
Of course, again, this caused a big stir in the community.
Yeah.
It
They
feels
probably
like
don't like this guy. They
No.
probably know that he's trouble.
yeah, his
right?
neighbors are probably like,
Urban did this thing.
Urban, you're gonna get us in trouble, Urban. Police were called to the Snyder's residence following the incident. Snyder was later found in the barn of the rear house and was taken into custody, but no motive for the shooting was ever given.
No, it just sounds like doctors were trying to tell everyone that he was a little unhinged.
Yeah, so he was found, like I said, he
Yes,
was
he
found
was,
mentally unfit to stand trial.
That's right.
And you'll remember the same thing that Dr. Ryan argued
Yeah.
in Percy Clark's case. But good news, in the end, both Snyder's victims, Gordon and Percy Clark, recovered from their
that's great
injuries. Speedily recovered, much like probably as fast as Percy Clark's auctioneer
gosh,
father
here we go.
was
Yeah,
at talking.
hilarious.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And that's
What a great running joke.
that's my story. That's
Wow,
what
that's
I have
crazy.
from that day.
Yeah. And it's crazy that there was like a separate shooting that he
Yeah, twice.
twice. Like,
Like-
dude, come on. And like,
Fool me, shoot me once. Shame on me.
what did William do to you? Like,
Shoot me twice.
he
yeah.
wasn't even in your backyard. He was just loading bales of hay for you. So I
Yeah,
don't
like you
understand
literally your employee. So there was definitely
That's
something else that
insane.
went along there, but
Yeah.
it wasn't in the newspapers. And the only people that know are Urban Snyder and William Gordon. Truly, what happened on that day.
it. Wow. Well, that was cool. Those are fun stories.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
When we look through these newspapers, we find a lot of other kind of fun
That's right.
tidbits. And so
Yes.
when we get to the end of the episode, past the main stories, we're going to share some of these fun facts that we found.
Yeah, for
within
this one, we found some fun
newspapers.
facts.
Yeah.
Sometimes we'll do like other segments. We have some fun classifieds for this one as well. But we also have obituaries. There's a bunch of different segments.
Bunch of
that
stuff
we can
that'll
do.
pop in and out
Yeah,
from
it's a lot of
episode
fun.
to episode. It'll basically be our two main stories,
Mm-hmm.
and then whatever else kind of interesting that we find in the main newspaper
Yeah.
that we use.
Okay, so fun fact. There was a place called Langstaff Jail Farm in Toronto, which was also called the Toronto Industrial Farm, and then simply the Jail Farm.
Jail Farm.
The Jail Farm.
Love it.
Which is a good name. It opened somewhere around 1808. It was an old institution near Yonge Street and Highway 7 in the Vaughan Richmond area. The jail farm's plan was to establish a place where low risk and petty criminals could serve short sentences. doing more like farm work than being in a jail cell, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
It said that in today's terminology, it was a minimum security facility for inebriates, first offenders, and petty criminals.
Just a couple drunks.
Couple drunks. Just
guys
get them working out on the farm. Just in the jail farm.
Doesn't sound that bad.
It also helped overcrowding at the nearby Dawn Jail, which is a cool looking place. I saw a bunch of photos and it was cool back in the day, but I mean, as cool as a jail can be, I guess.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of cool looking.
Yeah, I mean, you see the words jail farm and you're kind of like, well,
Cool.
are they farming jails or are they putting some guys to work?
Yeah, basically.
Well, I actually also found one interesting thing that I didn't know. That,
Okay, go ahead.
The TTC, which is the Toronto Transit Commission, I'm
Yes,
pretty
for
sure.
those of you who don't know.
Those of you who don't know, that's our subway and streetcar network that we have in Toronto. But they used to have stoves on each of the streetcars to keep people warm during the winters. Yeah, to cook. They wanted
A little snack on the way.
little snack. Making some hot chocolate for people, maybe
That's
boiling some
cool.
water. I don't know.
That's fun.
But yeah, it was definitely don't need it today.
No, yeah.
But
I guess technology.
they should probably just keep one in circulation, and then
in case we need a little.
maybe you're waiting one day and you're like, oh,
need to
nice.
cook that egg before work. That's fun. Okay, so this is our segment.
Classified.
We'll work on that.
Okay. Yeah. The classifieds.
Classify. First one we have today is an ad for Junior Simplex Iron. Gotta clear my throat. If your husband has a heart, how interested will he be in this marvelous new ironer? And how he will appreciate its remarkable efficiency.
Oh.
Ooh. With the new Junior Simplex, you sit comfortably while you iron. There are no levers to push or pull, no pedals to operate. The Junior Simplex is no larger than a sewing machine. Yet, it irons everything. Shirts, towels, sheets, table linen, aprons, dresses, and your finest lingerie. In 60 minutes, the entire washing for an average family is ironed at a cost of only 5 cents. 5 cents. Okay. Lingerie.
Wow.
You win. I want to iron my finest of lingerie.
You know what I would say is that it's pretty brutal when the finest of lingerie is wrinkly.
Ugh, it's awful. I just hope my husband has a heart to buy it for me.
So I found an ad for a thing called Cascarettes.
Ah, fun.
So I'm going to do a little ad read here for
Cascarettes?
Cascarettes. This is not sponsored, not a sponsored ad.
Not an ad.
Cascarettes. Dizzy, you're bilious. Bad breath, your stomach is sour. Cascarettes for constipated bowels, headaches, cold, sour stomach, gases, and biliousness.
What is biliousness?
So I Googled biliousness because they did say biliousness quite a bit.
A lot.
And I was like, I should probably know what biliousness
Yeah.
is. It's a hilarious word. It means affected or associated with nausea or vomiting.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah,
That sounds nice.
it goes on.
Okay.
Enjoy the nicest, gentlest liver and bowel cleansing you've ever experienced by taking 1 or 2 candy-like Cascarettes
Oh, they're
anytime.
candy-like.
Yeah, they're candy-like.
Good.
They physic your bowels fully.
Oh, gosh. Okay.
And they keep like saying bowels.
Bowels. Yeah. That's a good word.
And maybe if enough people comment on the video, I'll do a full Cascarettes ad reading.
Okay, perfect.
And do a full ad for
that long?
Cascarettes.
Wow.
It keeps going.
Just bowels and bowels and bowels. Cool.
And I think, who would have been really good at reading the Cascarettes ad?
Who?
Percy Clark's dad, the auctioneer.
Ah, good one.
Yeah, thank
Yes.
you.
Haha. Good one.
Do you have anything else? Do you have any other stuff?
Yes. Okay. Let's do one more. Don't get tired. Take Bovril. Don't miss the fun of life being too tired after work.
Oh.
Bovril keeps you dancing. Bovril is the great invigorator, which gives you a constitution of iron and banishes fatigue. Made from prime beef, the bodybuilding power of Bovril has been proved to be 10 to 20 times the amount taken. Only sold in bottles.
Only sold in bottles. Only sold in bottles.
Only sold in bottles.
And then lists off if that would almost like Wait, a beef supplement to like keep you dancing.
Yeah, basically.
Sounds pretty good to me.
I think everyone should take that.
Like what is
It's like
it?
a thick, salty meat paste, I believe. It was introduced in the 1870s. It's a similar paste to Marmite, which I think is gross, but I mean, people like
Some
their
people
Marmite.
like Marmite.
Some people like Marmite.
and you know what
It's not for me, but
You know what I really
some
like
people
about
like
this?
the thick salt meat paste.
You know what I really like about this specific thick salt meat paste?
What?
Is it's only sold in bottles.
Only sold in bottles. They need cube form or something.
That is it for episode 1
Yeah,
of
it is.
Ghosts of the Gazette.
Yes.
Make sure that you follow us on Instagram at
Yes.
Ghosts of the Gazette and on YouTube at
Yes.
Ghosts of the Gazette.
And you can
and
email us as well. We are at
Ghosts of the Gazette
at gmail.com. On our Instagram, we will post all the clippings
Yeah.
and photos from today. I'm excited, and I'm excited for the next episode. I'm going to try and keep it short, but it's a fun story.
Yeah,
For episode 2.
yeah. I'm really loving my episode too.
Yeah, you are
once again. It's
struggling.
November 10th. And the date is November 10th, 1930.
1930 we'll be doing, yeah.
so
And
those
you've been
are-
struggling to keep this one a secret.
It's
You've been
a
telling
tough
my family
one.
members.
It's a tough one. I've been contacting every one of your family members.
I know.
Anyone that'll listen,
You've
basically.
been telling the story too.
I know. I'm not going to say it's like the craziest story ever, but
Yeah.
I think it just keeps going on.
I
And
know.
that's the fun
you
of this
just-
show.
I can tell every time you try and talk a little bit to me about it, you're just like,
I know.
You're
I can't.
dying
I know.
inside,
I
so.
can't wait to record it.
Yeah.
I can't wait to tell you about it, and I can't wait for everyone to hear it.
so fun. But we'll be going weekly. So yeah, keep us in your playlist.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you next week.
I don't know how to sign this off.
Bye.
Bye.
Ooh. Ghosts of the Gazette is written, produced, and haunted by Blake Garby and Kendra Clark. Original theme by Kelly Steinhoff.